Today we're going to take a look at a budget-friendly generator from Generac, the GP1200i. This generator runs around $350 depending on where you get it at the time of this video. I've seen it lower than $350. I've seen it sometimes on sale for about $250, and I've also seen it all the way up to like $450 depending on where you get this. This is a 1,000-watt generator that is 1,200 watt peak. This is a great little generator for power outages or if you're going camping. Lately, I've been actually using it on the job site. I've been testing it out on the job site, plugging in a whole bunch of battery chargers, and it's been really hot out. So we have these big, huge fans that we run on the job site, and this thing has been keeping up really good with it and has been running pretty much all day on it. It has I don't even know how big the gas tank is. I want to say it's about a 2-gallon gas tank, and we fill this up all the way, and on the job site we can run about 7.5 hours on it. So this generator runs 1,000 watts. So that equates out to about 8.3 amps that this produces continuously. Now it will go more, like I said, 1,200 watts for peak. That's like for initial startups on motors or any of your devices that you are plugging this into. This is a pretty simple startup on this generator, pretty simple features. It doesn't get crazy with this. On the front it does give you 2 USB ports, a 1 amp and a 2.1 amp USB, which is kind of nice, especially if you're camping. You can plug in your phones, whatnot, laptops. It gives you a duplex outlet. Now, I don't know why they gave, since this does not give 20 amps, I don't know why they gave a commercial grade 20 amp outlet in here. It's kind of misleading. It should only be a 15 amp outlet in it. It does have an economy mode, which is really nice for fuel consumption. You can flip it on or off. It'll idle down when you have it on, when you are not using very much power. And then if you flip it off and you are using a lot of power, then it'll run full. The engine will run at full capacity, and it'll adjust if you have it on economy too. So if you do plug something in that has quite a surge and you need that power, it'll rev up the engine, and then you will get that power inverted. There are 3 lights on the front of the unit. You have a green light for your normal run mode, and then it will also tell you if you're overloading the system. It'll have a red light on it, and then it will have a light for your oil if you are overheating the engine. Now on the side here, they have a on and off, and now this is the only on and off for this unit. Myself, I don't like that. I would like to have a on and off switch, and then I would also like a on off for the fuel. That way you can easily winterize this generator, and you'll be able to turn that fuel off and then run the generator out of fuel, and then that's easily winterizing it. This unit does not have that feature. You actually have to take off the side if you want to winterize it, and you'd have to drain the fuel out of the carburetor. Now, let's open this up real quick, because it's pretty simple to do if you know a little bit about engines. But if you don't, that's kind of a downfall. So on the side here, there is a little, just kind of a little screw underneath. It's a flathead screw underneath the carburetor. You can drain the fuel out from that, but then you still have to drain the fuel out of the jets and everything. So you're not getting it all the way out of the system, but you're getting most of it out of the system. You have your air cleaner right here, easily pops off. See, I've been running this engine. I've been running this for probably 3 weeks on the job site, and look at how clean it is still. It still has, it's got a little bit of dust, but they have a nice gasket around here that kind of seals the compartment of the engine, so it kind of keeps the debris out of the engine itself. And right in here you have your oil. You can check your oil. Generac does send this with oil, but they don't really give you very much. I had to add a little bit of oil to it when I got it. So you can pull it out, you can check it. I got plenty of oil in here. I probably getting close to changing out the oil. So on the side here, you have your choke and your run. Now, one thing that I really would have liked to see on this unit, you know, and you don't really get into that this until you get to like Honda engines, or, you know, you're going to pay more for your money. But, you know, this being a low budget, I understand why they didn't do it, because, you know, they're trying to keep the price down for the consumer and whatnot. But I would have liked to see like a decompressing button on here. So for when you pull start it, it can get kind of hard to pull once in a while. If you have a decompressing button, you could easily start it. For me, it's not that big of a deal. It starts up really nice. First couple pulls, have the choke on, should start right up, and then you flip it to run, and it runs. Up top, you have your gas cap for where you fill the unit. On the other side here, this is where you would take out your spark plug. And every year I usually change out the spark plug anyways, because they don't, you know, with these little generators, it always seems like they don't last very long anyways. But inside here is where you have your spark plug, and you can easily change it out there. They make everything pretty accessible to get to for the consumer. I don't think, you know, unless something major goes wrong with it, then you have to take it to a service place, and they will take apart all the plastic off this unit and disassemble the whole thing, and, you know, fix the problem that it is wrong with the generator. But lately I haven't had any problem with it, and for the price, this is a good generator for people who, you know, they don't really want to spend the money. I know whole house generators are really expensive, and they don't really want to go with power inverters that, you know, are battery powered, that they charge up, because they want to be able, they don't know when the power is going to be out. So this will pretty much, you know, when the power is out, this will run certain things. This will run probably a 1/2 horsepower sump pump. It'll do a refrigerator, probably a high efficiency refrigerator. That would probably be the only thing that it would do, is a refrigerator. You wouldn't be able to really run anything else in it. And, you know, it'll do the little things, anything under about 1,000 watts. I'm going to start it up, and it's not very loud, but I'm going to open the doors just so we don't have a lot of exhaust in the studio. And we're going to run it for you and see how loud this is and whatnot. And we're going to see what we can plug into it too, and show you, you know, what it can and can't power. Okay, so I have the garage doors open. I'm going to start this. I'm not going to start it on the table, because you should never really start a generator on the table, especially if you have to pull start it. I'm going to set it on the ground and start it. So we want to make sure that the fuel is on, in the on position, and then we're going to make sure the choke is on, and we're going to start it. As I'm pulling this and making a fool out of myself, I realized the last time I used it yesterday, I ran it completely out of gas. So you guys got to watch me pull it and make a fool out of myself. I got to go get some gas. I will be right back. Okay, now that I actually put gas in the unit, let's start it up. I have my Milwaukee shop vac here that is a plug-in version. Right here, this canister vac, it runs about 8 amps. We're gonna hook it up, and I got this little device right here. It's a really nice thing because it tells you how many watts or amps a device is drawing. You plug this into like a generator or even your normal electrical outlet, then you plug in the other end to the device, and then it'll tell you what it is. All right, so now that I'm out of breath because I ran to the other shop to go get gas and I ran back, let's start this thing up. All right, so we're gonna turn it on, and then we are going to put the choke on, and then we are going to start it. I'm gonna set this up here, which I probably shouldn't do, but just so everybody can see, it has a green light for when it's running, and it's not really that loud. I'm going to put it on the eco mode. It'll kick it down, idle it down. And all right, so now after we're gonna plug in this device, and what this device will do is see it lights up and it has a meter on it, and we're gonna plug the shot back in and we're gonna see what it sounds like. Let's see if the red light comes on here. I don't know if we can see that. We're gonna see if the red light comes on here for the peak, because the initial kick of this vac should put it almost at surge power. Oh yeah, there it goes. We are drawing 7.9 amps, and this thing is screaming like a banshee, but it's still, for a normal generator, it still isn't that loud. All right, so we have that down, and it kicked right back down into eco mode, which is really nice. And now we got to shut the generator off. It's simple as that. It just shuts right off. Yes, you can only do 1,000 watts, but a low budget generator for when you need to have power, if an emergency power goes out, or even if you're going camping, this is a nice little generator to pick up. Now, if you want something bigger, if you're gonna be on the job site, you're gonna run a bunch of stuff. This only does 120 volts. It doesn't do 220. It'll only do 120 volts. So if you want something that is gonna do 240 volts, you know, plug in like an RV or a camper, you're gonna need a bigger bigger generator. That's, you know, all there is to it. You're gonna have to fork out the cash. That's how it works. You know, it's basically, you want more wattage, you're gonna have to pay more money. That's what it comes down to, it seems like. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you got any comments about this generator, or, you know, if you just want to make fun of me because, you know, I forgot to put gas in the unit, then put the comments down below. Hit the like video. I will see you next time. I'm Phil Bridges, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. You guys know what to do. You guys got it down. You know what to do anyways. I'll see you on the next one.